Okay, so something pretty significant is happening in the world of retirement finance. There's a new partnership that's really set to change how mortgage brokers advise senior homeowners, and honestly, it could set a whole new standard for the industry.
You know, it's a question that's on the minds of so many people right now. You've spent your entire life building up equity in your home, probably your biggest asset, right? But how do you actually get to that value when you need it the most? In retirement? Well, that's the big challenge that a special financial tool, the reverse mortgage, is designed to tackle.
So what exactly is a reverse mortgage? Well, think of it like this. It's a loan that lets older homeowners turn a piece of their home's value back into cash. But here's the key difference. Unlike a regular loan, you're not making monthly mortgage payments. The loan gets paid back later, usually when the homeowner sells the house or moves out. It's a really powerful tool, for sure, but it's also one that requires some very careful, very expert guidance.
And that need for expert guidance? Well, that brings us right to the big news. Two absolute heavy hitters in the industry have just announced they're teaming up, and their whole goal is to raise the bar for financial advice in this exact space.
So here's the headline. Mutual of Omaha Mortgage, a true giant in this field, is now the exclusive sponsor for the National Association of Mortgage Brokers Special Certification Program for reverse mortgages. And that right there is a pretty big deal. Let's just quickly break down who these two are. On one side, you've got Mutual of Omaha. They're a top lender, the ones actually providing the reverse mortgage products. And on the other side, you have NAMB, which is a major trade group that focuses on educating and certifying the very brokers who advise clients. So what you've got here is a really powerful connection between the product itself and the quality of advice that people get. And this quote from NAMB's president, Kimber White, really gets to the heart of it. This isn't just about sticking a logo on something. For NAMB, this is about finding a partner that truly shares their mission, which is all about making mortgage brokers more professional, more competent, especially when they're advising older homeowners. Okay, so what are these brokers actually going to learn in this new sponsored certification? Let's take a little peek inside the program that's designed to build a better broker. It's called the Certified Reverse Mortgage Specialist Program, or CREV for short. And what's really impressive here is just how deep this curriculum goes. I mean, this is not some simple product slideshow. They're covering everything from the nitty-gritty details of how the products are structured to crucial things like risk management and mandatory counseling for borrowers. And, importantly, look at this. It specifically includes ethical best practices and sales tips for senior borrowers, which shows a real focus on protecting and properly serving this group.
Now, this whole partnership is way more than just a nice gesture. To really get why this is such a game changer, you have to understand just how huge and influential Mutual of Omaha actually is in this market.
The numbers really do speak for themselves. In 2023, Mutual of Omaha was the single largest originator of home equity conversion mortgages. That's the most common type of reverse mortgage out there. They're the market leader, hands down. But their influence doesn't even stop there. They also dominate the secondary market. That's where all these loans get bundled up and sold to investors. They hold almost a fifth of that entire market. So believe me, when the biggest player in the room makes a major investment in education, everybody else sits up and takes notice.
And this really connects their market power back to their mission. Mark O'Neill from Mutual of Omaha puts it perfectly. They believe that by investing in educating brokers, they are directly helping to make sure that consumers, the senior homeowners, get advice that's not just well-informed, but critically, that it's ethical. So let's zoom out. What does all of this really mean for the future? What does it signal for the industry and for the millions of homeowners who are getting close to retirement?
When you boil it all down, this partnership is really setting a new standard. You have a leading company putting its money and its influence behind a really strong educational program. It signals a big shift, a move toward making sure the professionals who advise on one of the biggest financial decisions in a senior's life are deeply knowledgeable and ethically trained.
And that leaves us with a final, really interesting question to think about. We're seeing it happen here with reverse mortgages. But as our population keeps getting older, is this model, this specialized, tough, ethically focused certification, going to become the new gold standard that we all start to demand for every kind of financial advice? It's definitely something to watch.